Good morning, everyone. Alessandro Piovesan here from the silo at the magnificent Hunt Hill Farm. Yes, magnificent indeed. This place is so amazing. It's the oasis of Ruth and Skeech Henderson. Yeah, this is a photo shoot when they're honored as the heroes of New Milford Hospital. You got to see all the prizes and medals and things they have, being considered to be the couple that helped the hospital the most throughout its history. For over 25 years, Ruth and Skeech have been raising funds to sustain the hospital. So much cool stuff going on. How are you feeling today? How's your day? Are you inspired? Are you excited? Are you ready to live the best day of your life today? Well, if you're not quite there yet, don't worry. As long as you keep trying and keep, moving through and don't stop trying, you ain't gonna lose. You get there, right? Because you can only fail if you stop trying. And if we can provide some tools, some little help here and there, count on us, all right? Especially me. I'm here. There's not really much I can do about it, but I can talk a lot and I can be there for you if you need, in some way. It happened to me a lot throughout my life, was that I realized it's easy for us to drift into darkness. It's very easy to allow our minds to bring us down sometimes to a victim mode, right? Because we have the victim mode, the survivor mode, and then the thriver mode, known for most, right? Easy to look at yourself and figure out where you are in those three stages. Although, at this stage of my life, I am on the thriver mode, I've been for a while. Sometimes I can see myself as a victim of something, and I immediately use the tools that were given to me, from the simple stuff like Genie Street, easy solution, right? Only what's from God and from love can come to me. Only what's from God and from love can come to me. Only what's from God and from love can come to me. I repeat that every time that my mind wants to drift. Remember yesterday we were having a little conversation about dark humor and all that? I have a pretty dark humor, but also I have a pretty dark mind. My imagination can go so crazy. Sometimes I catch myself creating scenarios that are scary. It would be scary for most people, but not for me. And of course, going back into friendships and conversations and open jokes and everything else. Darren Benham is one of the few people I can actually drift into my dark humor. But anyway, regardless of that, we all have the ability to do awesome things or to do horrible things. It's a matter of the opportunities, maybe, right? Or the situation that you encounter yourself. Our minds are so powerful that it's capable of empowering us to do amazing things. But at the same time, it can empower us to do horrible things. Especially when we are empowered to do horrible things against ourselves. Right? So taking us down to victim mode. Make us go down to the deepest holes of darkness. Again, I am only sharing situations, scenarios, and things that happen to me in my own personal life. And if you believe it helps you in any way, or someone that may be going through some similar situations, or is searching for some kind of different point of view, on how to address life and things. This whole darkness stuff, or the ability to drift so quick, right? Why so fast to drift into the dark side than it is to go into the bright one, right? To search the light. Because it seems like once you get into the victim mode, the darkness side of things, you find more support. And once you are choosing the path of light and going towards your dreams and being the best you can be and do the best you can and have the positive approach on how life works and all that, it seems so much harder because there are predetermined steps of hard stuff that you're going to have to go through. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter which tools, how much love, how much understanding, how much compassion we give someone, we give you, if you don't want to actually do your part of the job. If you don't want to go and do the hard work. Right? It would be easier for me to sit here and say, hey, here's the silo. Beautiful place, let's go. Everything is good. Look, there's a lot of money in the bank. You can handle landscaping, you can handle taxes, you can handle painting, you can do whatever you want and just go and do this beautiful project for the community. Where the reality is totally different. You know, there is no money. There's a lot of work to do. And we want to help the community. We are. At the same time, we're showing people what we're trying to do, bringing people together, trying to find people who believes that what we're doing is worth participating, saving, building. So all the hard work that comes with the desire to keep walking towards the light is scary for a lot of people, especially if this is not your cup of tea. But it is mine. So I'm tremendously happy, blessed, and willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that this couple here, that their legacy is preserved, is protected, and is promoted for future generations, because it's my challenge and my responsibility to honor these two people here. Because if they haven't done everything they've done, I wouldn't be here having this awesome opportunity to make all my dreams come true. In a scale and dimension, in a magnitude so much bigger than what I have ever dreamed. And I have big dreams, right? Maybe you can look at this. You dreamed of something like this. This is bigger than your dream. To get an old farm full of things to do and things to deal with, blah, 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 blah. Yes, my God, this is so much into my my cup of tea. I don't even say my cup of tea. This is like my jacuzzi super pool of tea that I'm just swimming in there. And I feel like I knew them. I feel like I know them. I feel like they know me, that they're looking at me and smiling at me right now. Right? Yeah. So interesting. And now having also the opportunity to work a little bit with the Henderson's daughter, Heidi Henderson, such a great person, and we are working together to build this new family at Hunt Hill, and understanding that there are so many tools out there, because regardless of where you are, on thriver mode or victim mode or survivor mode, we can always be thrown back. We can always be tempted to dive into the dark hole. That's why I say that once you're feeling weird or sad or extremely excited or euphoric, now sometimes we have a confusion of euphoria, right? Euphoria for happiness, or their excitement with happiness, and it's a momentary thing sometimes. And that can throw you off too. Either, extreme darkness or excessive light shining on you. If you're not prepared, you can be there in that moment, but it doesn't mean that you won't get lost. Remember we talked about the face, the front is nice, beautiful, but once you turn the needle or whatever is that, what you do with the lines to create beautiful things in the back and in the front, but in the back is all that messy weaving things that creates that front. So These are your experiences. This, it's all your hardship, all the work, all the happy moments, the sad moments, and all the stuff that happened in your life that built this package. And this package is you. So, if you're in that moment of drifting and kind of losing yourself a little bit, or a lot, before you go anywhere, come back home, come here, go inside of yourself and be there. Open your eyes inside of yourself, right? And analyze everything that you've been through. The happy moments, the sad moments, the stinky stuff, the good stuff, all of them, the past achievements. And especially in those archived moments that you believed that your life was over, or you couldn't do it, this is too much for me, it's not going to happen, and yet you are. You made it. You came through. You have the power. You have everything you need to live the best life ever, to be the best person ever. But what's required of you is a tremendous amount of willingness and dedication to pay the price. And it's never a small price to pay when you want to do the right thing. It seems so much harder. But once you come back home and you're able to go through these moments and realize your own contributions for the life you're living today. Today is a consequence of all the choices you made yesterday, all the decisions that you made yesterday. And certain things, of course, are beyond your control. I am not talking about those. I'm not talking about when my parents left me on the streets and I had to spend 4 years eating from garbage cans and being abused and all that. That was totally beyond my control. Did I think I deserved that? Of course not. Of course not. But again, when I was in this situation, I was making choices, and I made many bad ones in the name of survival. We can be justified by society because I was a victim, right? They put you there right away. You're a victim of society. But also they determined that usually victims of society do not survive passing 17 years old. I'm talking about street kids in Brazil. I don't know the reality here in other places. Again, I was never a street kid here. But I'm pretty sure that it's pretty tough anywhere. But could that have been a consequence of my acts as a super, ultra, hyper child? Maybe here in America they would stick a value in me for being super active. In Brazil, my mother stuck the big leather belt, folded, with the buckle side. Worked for a while, but then after a while he stopped working. But again, can a child create so much distress to a parent to a point that they want to throw you out, kick you out? Yeah, I think so. So these are questions I'm not going to be able to answer. But I lived my share of stuff. Yes, I was a thriving victim for a long time. I blamed the whole world. I found guilt in everyone, and I was perfect. A sorry little kid that had to endure so much in life, and I wore that proud jacket of a victim. Until someone came into my life and started turning things around, started teaching me how to survive. And then gave me that inspiration to understand that I could do a lot more than surviving. I could thrive. And what does thrive means? Oh, thrive means you're in that flow where everything is working nice and life is being good. And I thought, I don't think that's a possibility. But once I got into a survivor mode, I started to envision the thriver mode, and I kept working to pay the price to get there. Once you get into that groove and able to get rid of all the unnecessary thoughts and actions and reactions and kind of That's why I love Sun Tzu, The Art of War. When General Sun Tzu says that among, right, many things, that first of all, if you cannot anticipate an attack, it's impossible to prepare a defense. So we translate this into life, saying it's impossible to expect a positive outcome, right, if you are having a bad attitude. How come a bad attitude can generate a positive outcome? So what is the anticipation of the attack? Is that if I do this stuff here that I know is not right, this can be the consequence. You can see that. You can look at that, right? When you're inside of yourself, when you're not wearing any masks, remember, you can lie and pretend to be whatever you want for people everywhere in the world, but you cannot lie to yourself. That's like, whoa! You cannot look in the mirror and see you as perfect just because you want to. But once you're able to understand your contributions and use your mind to see, right? Okay, let's anticipate the attack. I do this, this can happen. Not good. Ooh, not good. Now I plug Genie Street little magic words. Only what's from God and from love can come to me. Not good. Only, is that from God and from love? No. Is this good? No. Is this taking me towards a consequence that will bring, the manifestation of the best life, of the life of my dreams? We're all capable of doing it. But because it's so convenient not to, and then we get into the whole, I can do this and ask for forgiveness later. I know. The forgiveness thing's going to come in terms of more conversations, because I'm getting a lot of exchanges on that side. From either way. From people that supports it, from people that will never do, and people in the middle trying to figure out, like me, what is what. But at the end of the day, it's all up to you. And you have your life. That is the most important thing ever, because without it, there is nothing you can do at all. Well, going back into this whole darkness stuff and drifting and survivor, thriver and all, we're starting a series of workshops here at the Silo, January 22nd. Right, is the experiential workshops. I'm running it with my friend Hamilton Brower and the support of awesome actual professionals, in the whole neuroplasticity of the brain and this cool stuff that help us redefine the paths we want to follow with our minds and our lives. And the support of the Healthcare Advocates International from Stratford. This will be provided at no cost to the community throughout the year, from January and in December next year. We already have the schedule done. Very soon people will be able to go online and register for the workshops. So in this workshop, you'll hear some amazing stories of people that went from victim to thriver, right, passing through the whole step, and professionals that understands how our brains work, that will provide free tools, awesome tools that you can take home and use them to help sharpen your mind and keep it clear and clean, to help you live the life of your dreams, the best life ever, because you deserve it. And don't let anybody fool you. Let anybody convince you that you are not worthy or you don't have what it takes, you're never going to get there. I heard those things many times in my life. But here I am. You like it or not, I'm kind of making it up there. If you're developing a desire, a need to come to a healing place where you can just sit and breathe life into your life, experience the power, the healing powers of solidarity, or learn some awesome history about this couple here. They are amazing. This guy was teaching Julie Garland how to sing Over the Rainbow for the Wizard of Oz. She was 14 years old and he was 19 years old, a protege piano player. Yeah. And we have the world's most sought after and one of the most famous Steinways ever made, ever built in the Great Room. I want to wish you a fantabulous day. And if you decide to come here and anywhere and can bring 1 pound of non-perishable food that will be donated to support New Milford Social Services fight to eradicate hunger in our town, supporting the achievement of the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals, number 1 and 2, eradication of extreme poverty and hunger. This will make everything even more amazing. But if you're not close to here, you can do it anywhere. You can bring that pound of food. It will empower you to save lives. It's such a small gesture of kindness that can save a life. Solidarity is so powerful that can change your life. It saves mine and change mine too. Go on with lots of love and strength and expertise and the right tools to live the life of your dreams with tons and tons and tons of positive vibrations always. Thank you.